going to go to our third guest, and she is the work. Try it again. She is the acting CEO of the St. Mary's Public Library, Lisa Lawrence.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you, Lisa?
Good, thank you.
Good. Lighting's looking good. Good to see you again.
Perfect.
Yeah, because we're, as I say, in a situation where it's good to see a smiling face and a happy face. Like our museum, our library is pretty incredible now. Your audio is off, I think, Lisa.
Can you hear me?
I have a stroke. Oh, I have it. Okay, I can hear you. There we go. We're fine.
Okay.
Anyways, our library is. I always say a bookstore will have a hard time existing in St. Mary's because our library is so good. Our library is a lot more than just books. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. There's so many more things to do in a library than just go in and check out a book. Not that that's a bad thing. We have our Maker Spaces program that's going. So people maybe don't know, you can actually book a time to come into the library and work with staff. We have a vinyl cutter there, so you can cut your own vinyl and make your own t-shirts. You can decorate fabric bags. You can even engrave dog tags if your pooch is looking for something. We've got a lot of programming that is available. So beyond just our book clubs, we have a documentary club. We try to bring in special guests, author readings when we're able to. We have lots of really interesting after hours programs too. And of course, we have our traditional story time. So Fridays at 10:45 a.m., when the library is open, to bring kids in. It seems kind of odd that we're sitting here in front of computers and we're broadcasting this online, but not everybody has access to computers and internet. So that's a place where the library steps in and tries to promote that and really gives that access to people who don't have that at home, who aren't as fortunate. We have lots of outreach programs. We do a lot of public events, we go to schools, do class visits, read to the children there, and we do festivals. So we try to really get out in the community. And we have a ton of online resources as well for people to explore and gain access that way.
So what are some of the online, because obviously they can't walk into the library now. What are some of the online things they're doing?
We have so many online programs or resources available. I counted them this morning. I think there's about almost 30 different things that people can access through our website. So if you go to the town of St. Mary's, click on recreation and leisure, click on library, and then go down a little bit to online resources. There's a whole bunch of different options there. Some of the ones that people maybe don't know about is something called Canopy. So this is a movie streaming service. So if you don't have Netflix or Prime or all those, you can actually do this through the library for free. Everybody gets 10 credits a month. One movie equals 1 credit. And one thing that they've done right now is they've got a whole list of movies right now that are for free. So the company understands that there's a lot of people at home trying to fill in some time. So there's a whole list of adult movies that are free, and all of the kids' movies right now are free.
Yeah. Now they have to have a library card, of course, because we have people from Saudi Arabia and Turkey and England and who knows where watching. So the key is you have to have a library card.
That's the thing. You need to have a library card. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you don't know where your library card is, or maybe it's expired and you're trying to access these resources and you think, oh no, it's not working for me, because you will need to use your card. You know what? We're encouraging people to use the Contact the Library feature through their website. And we are still monitoring that, and we will do what we can to check periodically and get that information back out to people.
Now that you're sort of shut down, are there some of the things that you're maybe thinking of putting online, like story time or something like this? Or
so right now, because everything keeps changing so quickly, we are starting to put our mind to that. So we are looking to see, outside of the program, or the resources that we have already, what can we do to continue engaging the community, because we have time on our hands and we can't go outside. So we're not there yet, but we are putting our minds to that. I'm kind of working with some of our town staff to see, the recreation department, what they're doing and how the library can be part of that.
Right. Now we have a pretty extensive library. How many books do people have access to roughly?
Okay, so when you look at the St. Mary's Public Library is part of a network. So the Perth County Information Network, which is all of the Perth County libraries, we have access to 107, 651 books.
Wow.
That's a lot of books.
And I say there's a DVD collection, although I would say maybe 10 years from now, DVDs may not even exist.
So, and while I agree with you, yes, like right now we have access to almost 12,000 DVDs and Blu-rays. So we have quite an extensive collection. And funny enough, actually, even with all of the online streaming services, our DVD and Blu-rays really do circulate a lot. They're every time I'm over there, I'm amazed at how many are going out and coming back in every day.
Yeah. And the one thing you can always be guaranteed when you go into the St. Mary's Public Library is a smile.
Absolutely.
The staff you have is amazing.
The staff we have are absolutely amazing. They really do take the time to get to know people and get to know what they're like, and even like offer book suggestions and resources.
Yeah. Even your morning newspaper. Now, can people download ebooks in this situation?
So there is. So one of the things that I would encourage people to do is explore the Libby app. So it's something that an app that you can put on either your phone or your iPad. And through that app, you can download ebooks. You can do audiobooks if you choose to. I know myself, I always have an audiobook that's downloaded that I listen to in the car, for example, because I think it's a great way to listen, especially now. I don't want to really be listening to all the news every single day. You know, it's a good way to get your mind off some of the stuff that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, some parents are, their schools are closed, daycare's closed. Are there any resources online for books for parents that they can entertain their kids and with knowledge?
Yeah, so actually Tumble Books is a great resource to dig in onto. It's an ebook platform for children. It's very interactive, and it's a really good way to help get them into reading. So while they're off school, they might want to, kind of put their books away, but this is a really good way to still keep them engaged and keep them reading a little bit. It's very interactive to keep them interested.
Yeah, I used Tumble Books when I was in English as a second language instructor, and there's all levels, all different types of books. Most of them are award-winning books, right. And they're a lot of fun. And as I say, you can turn the audio off so the kids can read, or you can leave it on so they can read along. All sorts of options of how you can use them. So that's great. So in the future, what do you see as a library in the future?
So in the future, libraries are changing. We all know that as everything digitizes, and the library is having to change and evolve moving forward. One thing that's not going to change is that the library is still going to be that place that will provide free and equitable access to information and technology for everybody. I think you're really going to see it turn into or become more of a community hub, a place where people can connect with each other and connect with knowledge at the same time. It's a huge conversation in the library world. What will we look like in 5 years? But it's going to be that free, equitable access and that place to connect.
Yeah, where they can go and play mahjong and chess and other things like that.
Absolutely. And as you've said, come in and have a smiling face. I mean, there's so much value in our public libraries.
Well, Lisa, it's been great chatting with you. And as I say, we're very proud of our public library in St. Mary's. I've been in a lot of places in the world, and it's one of the finest libraries that I've ever been to. So congratulations on running such a great show.
I agree. It's a great place to hang out.
Okay, well, thank you, Lisa.